Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a first impression and I am going to be doing it on the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation. I heard about this through Casey Holmes and she had really good things to say about it, and so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I have it in the shade 1.15 and it claims to be a 15-hour wear hydrating foundation. I have combination skin, so we'll just see how it works out. Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls shirt. I'm just kind of wearing like lazy clothes because I have to just run some errands today, and I figured since I'll be out and about, it'll be a good day to test out this foundation. So I'm just going to start with my e.l.f. Poreless Primer. Now I'm going to go in with the foundation. It does have a pump, which is really nice. I overall really do like the packaging. It definitely has good weight to it. And I believe, yeah, it's 1 fluid ounce, so that's standard. Oh, and also, sorry, this was $42, which is a bit pricey, but it's a standard high-end price. So I'm just going to start with one pump, and that's about how much it has on there. It's a little bit runny, but it's reasonably thick, so yeah. So when I'm putting it on my face, one thing that I can definitely feel right off the bat, which I like, is it almost feels kind of cooling. Not like minty or anything like that, but just fresh, I guess. And looking at it, it gives decent coverage. I would just say medium. I wouldn't really say this is going to be a full coverage. I did get myself color matched at Ulta, and it is like the perfect color for me, so that's really nice. But yeah, I'd say it definitely has a very natural finish. It's not too extremely high coverage. I would just say about a medium coverage. So I got through like all this part of my face with just one pump. I'm going to go in with a whole nother pump because I need to finish off my face. Plus I want to see if it's buildable, and one pump is not much at all. Now I'm just going to move on the forehead. Yeah, I really like how fresh this feels on my skin. It feels really nice. There are times when I'm doing this and I don't feel like it's blending very well. I don't know if that's just my skin, but there are spots on my forehead is really when I just noticed it. It's not blending extremely well on parts of my forehead. Now I'm going to take it down onto my neck. Wow, I look really pale. It's okay, we'll bronze. So after the first coat, which was, I will say, pretty thin layer, it was just like a medium coverage. It has, I would say, kind of like a semi-matte finish. It's definitely not like flat matte or anything, but it's not really dewy. I don't know, maybe not even semi-matte. It's between dewy and matte. But the coverage is just medium coverage, but it does look pretty natural on the skin. Doesn't look cakey. I did have a little bit of trouble blending on my forehead, which is interesting because that's a smoother part of my skin. But yeah, now I'm just going to go ahead and build it up. Okay, so this builds really nicely. It really doesn't look like I added any product, but the coverage is going up, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look any cakier, but the coverage is higher. So if you are looking for a buildable foundation, this could do it for you. I applied 2 thin layers, and I think that is perfect. It gives a really beautiful finish. I am definitely a fan of the finish. I will say on my chin it looks a little cakey, but that is the only place I notice any type of cakiness. Besides that, the coverage is so pretty and it looks pretty natural. So I am going to do concealer and see how my concealer applies. So I am noticing when I put my concealer on top, my pores are showing up quite a bit, which I'm not exactly a fan of, but it's not too bad, but it's definitely happening. And again, the chin is looking a little bit cakey. I'm just going to set my skin with my e.l.f. translucent powder. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put on the rest of my face makeup and I will get back to you guys. Okay, so I have finished my makeup. I put on some bronzer, highlight, did my lips, whatnot, and I would have to say I love the finish of this foundation. It looks really natural and I love that. After putting on like the powder and everything, it's definitely more of a matte, semi-matte finish. My highlight and bronzer and stuff did apply pretty well on top of it, just like any normal foundation. Didn't have any issues with that. And yeah, I am going to go out and run some errands and do some stuff, and then I will get back to you on how it has been wearing throughout the day. So yeah, I'll be back and I'll tell you guys an update in just a minute. Okay, so we are back. It has been about 5 hours since I applied this, and this is what it looks like. I'm not sure how well it's going to come up on camera, but I'd say it looks pretty good. I have gotten a little bit oily right here, but that is where I tend to get oily. And it has gotten a little bit cakey around my nose right here. But besides that, it's totally fine. And I also want to mention, I am not the type of person that is going to powder throughout the day, so I have not powdered either. So if you do powder throughout the day and you don't mind adding extra powder, I'm sure it would be totally matte if you powdered like once or twice throughout the day, and it would stay totally matte. But I personally I don't like powdering, even if it's translucent powder, because I just feel like it gets kind of cakey. I actually kind of like how it is now. I mean, I liked it originally too, but it's kind of like it kind of looks oily, but it kind of looks like a little natural in a way, like just got a nice sheen on your face. And yeah, the coverage is definitely still there, so there's not been any like wearing off of it, and I'm not overly oily, so far I'm definitely a fan of it. I will check in with you guys at the end of the night for my final thoughts, and yeah. So here's just like a close-up. It looks really oily on camera. I promise it's not, like, seriously, I just like patted it twice and the oil went away. It doesn't look that oily in real life, but it's definitely still got pretty good coverage, but you know, obviously as the foundation wears, it doesn't look as good. Like I said, around my nose is really where I'm seeing the biggest issues. But besides that, I think that it's wearing really good. So I've been wearing this foundation for over 9 hours and I have not powdered a single time. So needless to say, I am a bit oily, but that's going without touching up at all. And the finish on it, besides like the bit of oiliness on my cheeks, is still super nice, and the coverage is still there, which is amazing. So this foundation is $42 and it's expensive. I would 100% recommend it. It is really good. It gives beautiful coverage and it builds really nicely, which I like. And I love the finish. And you know, like I really don't have much bad things to say. I mean, if I can go 9 hours with it on, and I mean, yes, like you can see I am oily, but 9 hours without blotting, and I was out in the hot Texas heat, I mean, I get pretty oily on my, like on this area. So, I mean, because I have touched this part a couple times, It has gotten rid of the coverage a little bit, but for the most part the coverage is still the same, and I think it looks beautiful and great. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about this. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Leave any requests you have down below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which will be down in the box below. Alright, so I think that's everything, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.